I'm Leslie Whitty with South Central Workforce Development Board. I think I know the majority of you on the call, but I can only see a limited number of people at one time. I don't know why, but if I don't call you out directly, again, I mean in a nice way. But again, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning. We are going to be talking about using AI, Chat GPT, to create resumes and or to help create resumes. And we have the fantastic Matt Bacon and then Shannon Gotke will be giving some tidbits as well. But I'm excited about this presentation. Amy Smith Thomas said that she liked the graphic. Again, if you're if a certain age range, you probably have a much deeper appreciation for the whole idea of Bionic and $6 Million Man. So thank you, the ones who got it. And maybe if you didn't get it, I would look into it. Just the opening of the $6 Million Man, that's intense. Like that's intense. It's a little scary. But thank you all for joining us. I'm gonna go through what's happening today. We're gonna do intro with first name and feedback, then go into Bionic resumes, question and answer session. We want you to get as much out of this as possible. So feel free to ask questions as the presentation is going on as well. If you're like me, sometimes I forget my questions if I wait until the very end. Then we'll give you a chance to make announcements and what's coming up on the horizon. So we'll begin by if each of you could type your name in chat, first name, and if you want to put just, the organization you're with. I would like to get your feedback quickly on how do you like this topic focused community partner team meeting? With us focusing more on topics, we can still do organizations as well, but it's mixing it up just a little bit. So I would like take just a moment, first name, your organization, and any feedback you have on how we're doing the meetings. That would be fantastic. I would like to hear it, and we can talk about that for just a second before we get rolling. Pull up chat. Okay. So I see everybody's name, which is great. Now, what do you think about this format? Do you like the topics? Do you like, hey, let's focus on this topic and it's more a topic presentation than here is my organization? Okay,
Hi, Leslie.
Amy says you, and you can say these as well. I'm sorry, who was that?
It was me, Adam. I
Oh,
was just going to
yes.
say that I kind of like the idea of doing a mix of both of them because
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice to see what folks are doing out in the community that I might not be familiar with. But then
Yes.
also, I think that having these topics as well is I think, a good mix of both.
Mhm. Good, good. Yes, I think that, and Brittany, I love the topics. Really think we should have a second chance friendly based meeting. Yes. And something else that I was thinking of, and this is I'm just going to throw it out there. But something else I was thinking of, I would love at one point, maybe over the summer, to one of our meetings be in person, and it's just us talking. It's just us being together. So the meeting is more of a fellowship kind of thing. What do you think about that? Brittany's shaking her head, yes. Yeah, I think that would be good. Just again putting names to faces and getting together. Um, Yeah, so good feedback is what I'm seeing. And a mix, if someone has a new program, if someone, is really like on fire to talk about what they're doing, yes, absolutely. But my thought has always been, hey, how can you get the absolute most out of these meetings? And just topics have come up in conversation, and I think I like it. I like it. So I always like to check with people, to make sure that it's not just a one-sided type of thing. So good deal. Good deal. So we'll keep going with the flow. And it seems like the idea of a possible in-person get together might, might be on the horizon. So good deal. All right. So welcome again, everyone, if you're just joining us. Um, Without any further ado, I am going to turn the floor over to Mr. Matt Bacon. And Shannon she's got some tips she's going to be throwing in as well. And I just have to say, Matt emailed me his presentation yesterday, and I was blown away. I was blown away. So I don't want to set him up too big, but I'll just tell you it's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. So, Matt, do you want to share your screen so that way you can click, or do you want me to pull mine up? You're on mute, Matt.
Yeah,
Say I
I can.
set you up, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be on mute.
Yeah, I can share mine here.
Okay, all right. Let me stop sharing mine. Okay, it should be ready for you to grab. And thank you so much. Matt has been such a good sport with my AI enhanced graphics. So thank you. And Shannon too, as well. All right, Matt, you got the floor. Thank you.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Today we are going to explore. Did my screen disappear?
Yeah, it did. Now it's back.
Okay. We are going to explore how to build professional resumes in ChatGPT. I did this aimed at entry level and mid-management positions. Not that ChatGPT can't be used for higher level positions, but just these ones are going to be more common. And we're going to focus on South Central Kentucky's top industries. You'll see why that's important here in just a minute. Those industries are construction, TDL, healthcare, business, IT, and manufacturing. Okay, why resumes matter. Your resume is often your first and best chance to impress an employer. A well-crafted resume not only summarizes the experience, but also showcases why someone is the right fit for a role. Some challenges we see in resume writing, especially if you're trying to do your own. It seems like it's pretty easy to do somebody else's, but when you have to start thinking about your own and cutting out and adding to, it becomes a little bit difficult and time consuming.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you think like one of the things that that I've seen over and over again, and I know I'm guilty of doing this myself, I always feel like I'm sort of bragging, like, oh, I'm trying to make a big deal out of this stuff. And like that's not that big of a deal when, not that I'm writing my resume or anything, but like it's that mindset. Do you see that a lot? Like is that something common with people? Like they're hesitant to list a bunch of things?
I see it both ways. I see a lot of people list a lot of things that maybe they've touched once or twice, and they list like they do it all the time. But
Mhm.
yeah, on the other side, I do see more of people finding it hard to talk about themselves. So what I
Yes.
say to do with that is just to bring some actual data to your resume and include that to where maybe the personal bias is kind of taken out of it, where you can
Mhm.
state out flat, this is what it is. So again, yep, it takes time. It's difficult to customize for each job, and it's hard to properly market your skills, as Leslie says here. Sometimes you feel like you're bragging about yourself. And this is where Chat GPT can help. So Chat GPT can rapidly generate customized resumes, emphasize your top strengths, and even adapt formats and wording based on the industry you're targeting. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. We can have Chat GPT write a resume for a specific position with just the URL to the position advertisement.
And just so, you know, everyone may be aware of this, but Chat GPT, like for basic Chat GPT, that's free, right? Like people can use that without paying a fee, like Google. Just
Yes,
basic stuff.
yes. So there is a free version. It does cut you off after, so there is a limit on it. I'm not sure what the limit is, but if you're doing a high volume of resumes, you probably have to switch to a paid version, and I believe the entry on that is about $20 a month. The first industry we're going to focus on is construction. This is one of our top five sectors. In these type of resumes, it's gonna highlight knowledge, safety knowledge like certifications, OSHA 10, project management. It can emphasize safety expertise, leadership on site, and familiarity with tools and regulations. And that'll be key to helping people stand out in the field. If you've got somebody with a couple certifications coming over somebody without any, the person with the certification is usually going to get the nod. The next one is TDL. In this, it's all about efficiency and coordination. Chat GPT can structure your resume to show off certifications, scheduling abilities, and problem solving skills vital for these roles. Again, some of the big things we see here, TDL, are those scissor lifts, CDL, forklift. I think there's one called the Reacher now, which is one of those forklifts that gets everything at the very top. But this will be big here to include what industry or job you're going for. Healthcare. For healthcare resumes, Chat GPT can help you clearly list certifications, your experience with patient care, and demonstrate strong teamwork and compliance with health regulations. Business and IT. It's going to show off your technical skills and adaptability. Chat GPT can also help you present your software expertise, any project management, project leadership you have, and any problem-solving skills for maximum impact. And our fifth sector, manufacturing. In manufacturing, experiences with processes, equipment, quality control, that is all vital, and Chat GPT can help you show that off. And make and frame your resume to clearly highlight these areas and certifications, such as Lean Six Sigma, or your OSHA 10, OSHA 30. And some of the best practices. We're going to provide clear details. We've got to put in the best information to get the best information back out. Basically, to get the best results, we're going to provide Chat GPT with specific details. And then once we get a response from it, we can go back and tweak our question, or we can say, okay, now do this, or add this kind of slant to it. We'll always review and tweak the output to make it truly ours, focusing on results and maintaining a clean, professional format. So kind of an example prompt here. Yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna say, as far as like people in in the meeting right now. How many of you all have used this, like in some way or the other? Like, have you used Chat GPT for work purposes? So Alexa, and I can't see screens, so
Hey Leslie, I use
yes,
Chat
Adam?
GPT. This is Dan. I use Chat
Yes.
GPT at work when I'm constructing an email or putting together an email. And I'm like, I think it could be phrased a different way. So I use it
Yeah.
for that. So anytime I'm sending a message out where I'm like, yeah, it could be cleaner, or even if I'm writing something, because I'm in school getting my master's, like if I'm putting
Hmm.
a sentence together or a paragraph together, and I'm like, I don't know if I worded it well, I'll do it that way. And then
Yes.
this is the first time I'm about halfway through my master's, and our professor has us putting together a risk assessment strategy, but then
Hmm.
also putting those same parameters into Chat GPT or AI for it to generate its own risk strategy, and then we're kind of comparing the two. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
This,
that's a cool idea
yeah,
because I think like previously, the mindset has been, oh, you can't, like, if you use Chat GPT, you're cheating. And it's like, you know what? This is a tool. And just like Matt's showing us, this is a tool that we can use to enhance our services. So why would you not? Why would you not use it?
yeah,
Exactly.
there's certain things that obviously professors don't want us to use it for because it could spit out incorrect information, and you're not actually
Yes.
doing the work. But he's basically saying, hey, put together your own plan, see what Chat GPT says or another AI tool, and then compare and
Yes.
contrast the two. And what was better about yours? Uh, what are some of the things that you learned from Chat GPT that you didn't think about and stuff like that? So
Yes, yes. And Refuge Bowling Green said that they use it every day. So yeah, and sorry, Matt, I was curious about that. All right, back
Oh,
to you,
no.
Matt.
So here's a pretty basic prompt. Create a resume for an entry-level construction supervisor with OSHA certification, leadership skills, and experience in residential projects. And that's going to give you a basic one that just is kind of like an outline. Person could go through and edit it to their actual experience. We're going to step out here and I'm going to do one like I've been doing in the schools.
Mhm.
Let's see, stop share and reshare. Okay. Everybody see Chat GPT?
Yes.
Okay. So what I've been doing in the schools is I've just been talking to the students, going through some basic questions, what clubs they've been in, what pathways they've been in, what jobs they've had, how long they've worked at each of those jobs. And we basically go through here and we can use it a couple different ways. But we'll just start here. And I find if I'm polite to Chat GPT, I think it looks at me a little bit more favorably here. So talk to it
Yeah,
just like it's
I
person.
think so too. I think I've read stuff online where it's like, don't say please, that wastes time. Well, sorry, I'm from Kentucky and we're
And
nice.
we'll use Dan here. Um,
go for it.
and again, the more information you put in, the better answer you're going to get. Because Chat GPT is going to do its thing if you just let it go wild. But also sometimes you've got to break those questions down into multiple parts. See what it gives you first and then tweak it. As I find if you give it too many parameters at one time, sometimes it times out. Sometimes it actually cuts away more than what it should provide. So we're going to tell it what parts we want. We will just say, kind of go in order how we want it. His phone number
Go for it.
is 270-888. Just keep with construction.
Dan's got a lot of pipe fitter experience.
Yeah,
Be the worst pipe fitter. I'm not technically savvy, although I'm trying to get better.
and let's see like that.
Oh, we're getting in some personal
are.
details. I'll just tell you, my prompts have not been this elaborate.
We'll
So
see what it
I'm
gives us just off
impressed.
this little bit.
Matt and I used to be neighbors too, so we know each other.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad he's not just,
Oh,
like
no, that's all good.
Okay, so you can go into a lot of detail. What I've been doing is like I'll start and then I'll be like, now add this in, now add this in. But this is cool doing this at the very beginning. Okay, walk us through this, Matt.
Okay, so we told him what Dan's name was, what his contact information was. It lists city and state here, and it says optional. I always do list the city and state. I never
Mhm.
list the home address though, just because people don't need to know where you live if they've not hired you yet.
That's
Some
a
of them
good
don't need
point.
to know them. Just the HR people. We asked for a summary. So it did how it's supposed to. It gave us who Dan is, what he's done, and what he can bring to the company. You can see it took some of his characteristics that we put that his family said and listed them in here as adjectives to describe Dan. So it's just helping him pick up words that he may not think of the top of his head. And it's going to list them accurately and then tells us what he's seeking. He's seeking to use those skills to get a new job as a foreman. Here, it broke down our experience well. It listed the position first, which is, I always say, is more important. You list what's more important. What you did is more important than where you did it. So any type of degrees, certificates, positions, you list those first and then where you did them second. So that's good job here. It's kept our bullets down to 5 or less, which is always good. Any more than 5, those HR managers are going to quit reading. It's got his other position here. We asked for his education. We asked for skills. And yes, we're going to say yes. Convert this to a printable, but we're going to ask for it in Word so we can still go and edit it.
So if I understand this correctly, the general concept with Chat GPT is you type in your stuff, then it's going to use all these resources from the internet to pull, like these are the primary skills that you have if you're a pipe fitter, for example.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is the same thing we do when we're out meeting with students or people. It's hard to get them to describe what they did. So it's a lot easier just to find their position. And we can do, we'll do it here in a second, but we can look at Dan's resume, what it gave us here.
Matt, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say something real quick. If you have a resume already and you put that resume in ChatGPT and you're like, please polish, it will send you like a polished version in a professional capacity. If you ask for a professional, so it'll change the whole resume into something, or even cover letters. Like, so, hey, I'll put it in ChatGPT. Please give me a strong cover letter for this type of position. And there you go. It just sends you a list. It sends it out to whom it may concern, and you type in your own details. But it is great.
I mean, for real.
It cuts
real.
time quickly. It cuts a lot of time.
Yes. Yes. And it's stuff, again, I think these are things you always want to double check everything and add your own, personality to it. But yes, it is so efficient and so fast. I mean, that's what just blows me away. It like does it, and you're just like, oh, that would have taken me all day,
I
with
think
some documents.
I think Matt and I have probably been using it we've both been using it for a very long time. And I call it my O'Toole, like on Mickey Mouse, how they had the musket. It's been my O'Toole. I was like, this is my tool right here. So
All right, let's see. I gotta get my glasses out.
So here we're going to look at Dan's next version. Basically, I said, now take this and make it a professional polished version without the icons or emojis, because up in his contact information, it had shown like a little picture of a phone, a little picture of the internet globe. And sometimes ATS, automatic tracking software, when companies are getting that, if you've got any type of pictures, anything inserted other than text, it's going to screw that ATS algorithm up, and it's not going to give you credit for the words you do have on the paper. So we're going to look at Dan's new copy. And this is what it has given us. Can everybody see the Word document?
Yes.
Okay. So from here, we would just take this and pretty it up however we want to pretty it up. I'd probably make Dan's name bigger just so it stands out. That's the one thing you don't want to forget, or people forgetting your name. I'd probably break out these sections just a little bit better, but you've got the text here to work with. You just make it your own from here. I did want to show you on this. It's asking us, would we like a matching cover letter as well? So say I'll prefer this response. Yes. I would like a matching cover letter.
Well, I think that's good information too about the not that, you would necessarily want someone to include emojis, in a resume,
Yeah.
but just any kind of visual, like because so many companies use those ATS readers. So you don't, you want the resume to get past that. And if that kind of stuff messes it up, you need to know that.
Yep. So it's spit out a pretty decent cover letter here. Again, this is just a start, and Dan would want to go personalize this afterwards, make sure that it follows the instructions of the ad. And that's what's good about this. You can actually just go take the URL for the ad, copy and paste it into ChatGPT and say, make me a cover letter for this position with my resume. And it's going to take all your information from your resume. It's going to take all the information from the position ad, and it's going to match it up the best it can and spit you out a pretty polished cover letter here.
Now, I'm curious, if there's someone someone in the meeting that has not used Chat GPT in this capacity, what are you thinking seeing this? What Matt just did in a matter of minutes? Frank, what do you think? I'm going to pick on you. What do you think, Frank, about what you just saw?
Uh, well, I mean, in my career with human resources and workforce development, I've taught resumes. Uh, this is really super. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. And even from a personal point, uh, myself doing resumes. I mean, it takes a long time to really
Yes.
get this thing down. And here you have it right here in with words that I didn't even think about. Just putting that stuff in just makes it all flowery.
Mhm.
It's great. Of course, in the classes that I've taught, there are certain things that my own personal things, and talking with HR folks, it's just a matter of tailoring it to the way the uh, the HR person likes to see it. Some people like to see, they don't want to see any more than 2 pages. And there's also techniques, to make it into a one-page resume, like reducing the resumes, just slightly reducing the fonts. But again, this is again, it's all this technology. It's just great. I think it's super.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Anybody else? What are your thoughts if and I think, we've all sort of, or probably most of us have played around with Chat GPT, but what are your thoughts seeing it in this capacity? What Matt just demonstrated so eloquently. Let's see.
I'll take it a step further here, Leslie. 'Cause it looks like
Whoa,
we're doing
okay. All
pretty good
right.
on time.
Okay.
So what I just did there, so I've got my resume and my cover letter now. Now I've got the interview. So I just typed in, please provide me with the best questions for a pipe fitter foreman interview. So this could be what they're typing in on the other side, the interviewers. Okay, so now you've got the questions that if they're using Chat GPT or if they're using a standard set of questions, here's probably what we're going to get. Okay, so we've got the test early. And then you can say, please provide me the best answers to these questions. And that's probably going to tell us that it's going to be based on personal experience. But it's also going to give you an answer for each of these. And what you can do is just take these answers and doctor them up to be your own. Okay. Short 1 to 2 sentence answers. That's what people are looking for usually when they're asking questions. But now you've got a good template to start on. I mean, what I do with this is I usually tell people, I send this to people and I say, okay, now edit this to make it your answer. And that way, when people are typing out their answers, they seem to remember it a little bit better than just reading over it one time. So they're typing out their answer, then they can read it over and over again. Basically, it's a memorization thing before they go into the interview. So they've got canned answers that are personalized canned answers, and they're being able to answer right off the bat as soon as the question's asked. So this gives them another little bit of a Chat GPT can give you another little bit of a leg up when going through the whole process. After your interview, you can go in here and say, okay, now give me a thank you letter for my interview or a thank you email. And you go through and personalize it and send it out.
And I mean, my thought is this is preparing for the interview. It's just a different way of preparing for the interview. You're going in with a stronger set of tools, I think. But the idea of, hey, what am I going to be asked? And then what are some good responses? Holy moly, that's incredible for real.
Again, if you don't mind, like I said, I used to always teach this stuff, and my philosophy was people get jobs based on the impression they make, their skills and qualifications, and whether or not that employer seems to think you fit in. Impression, skills, and qualifications and fit. And this thing is really neat about the potential interview questions, because you study those questions, then you're going to convince that hiring manager, well, you seem to fit in, and it makes it kind of easy for them. I just think this is great. This is really going to help somebody with all those things, specifically that whole portion about uh, the the questions that may be asked, and you'll know how to answer those questions. It's just neat. It's just neat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I share Frank's enthusiasm and just I like this just blows me away. This stuff is amazing. Amazing. All right, keep going, Matt.
Okay. So like you just saw, we're going to take those Word documents. We're always going to customize them for each job we apply to. You're not having to rewrite your whole cover letter. You're not having to redo your whole resume anymore. Basically, at the speed of a Google search, you can have a whole new cover letter, a whole new resume based on what position you're going for with ChatGPT. Proofread carefully, emphasize achievements over duties, and use strong action verbs to make your resume stand out. And ChatGPT does a pretty good job of that. It does a really good job of not repeating those same verbs over and over again, which is always a little more attractive when you're reading a resume.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. In conclusion, ChatGPT is a powerful tool to create tailored professional resumes quickly. It's your assistant to help you get noticed and land more interviews in your target industry. And if there
Look at
are any-
that.
I think we may be going on to Shannon, or we may have questions here. But just thank you all
I would
for joining
say
today.
yes, absolutely. Fantastic job. It looks like Shannon has part of a can opener on her face. And now, Matt, did you use ChatGPT to help you create this PowerPoint?
So I did, and I broke it down just to keep it simple. Like I said, sometimes if you ask it to do too many things at the same time, it'll bog itself down. But if you keep it simple, what I did is just say like, okay, please provide me with a background for construction using Bionic Woman and $6 Million Man.
Yes.
If it spit out something that was, I couldn't use, or that kind of hid the words, I would say, okay, now make it in a cooler color tone, and it would tone down the colors, and I could type over it. But yeah, super easy. You don't have to actually find images anymore to use. You can create your own on the fly.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, let me before we get info from Shannon, what questions do you have or what comments do you have about what you've seen? Oh, Brian said he made his Zoom background image with ChatGPT. Now I've got to see if I can find it. Oh, oh, that everybody look at Brian Becker's
E-man.
image. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very good. All right, thoughts. What are you thinking? Brittany said that she's got construction going on, but she's using ChatGPT now to create a resume for one of her drug court participants. I mean, it is a way to work smarter, I think. You know, absolutely use it to your advantage.
Yeah, usually when I go out to the schools, or if we have a day in the jail and we're doing resumes, To do, I mean, it may take you all day. Before ChatGPT, it took me pretty much all day to get through 4 or 5 resumes with students. With ChatGPT, you can go through, ask them the questions, type in the information, and you can see here, have something spit out in 10, 15 minutes, and then just take a little bit of time to tweak it, polish it up, and
Yeah, it really helps improve efficiency overall for sure. Shannon, what was the tool that you had?
Hmm. Well, the one that I've got, if Matt is the $6 million man, I'm the $6 woman because has been around for a long time. And I have personally been using this for over 10 years and it's still in the free version. I'm a fan of using your resources and I am a fan of free. So I have not used the paid version of ChatGPT yet, although I did try to piggyback on Brian's yesterday. So uh, I like the fact that this what I'm getting ready to talk about. There's a lot you can do with the free version, and it is called. Can I share my screen? Is that okay?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. You see it? It is called. Can you see my
Yes.
screen? Okay. It is called jobscan.co. Not .com, but .co. And
Okay.
I came across this when I was in career services for a college. And shortly after I discovered it, I had a medical assistant that had graduated, good grades, passed her certification first time. Resume looked good, but she was not getting interviews. So she brought it in and we uploaded it to this. So as you can see right here, what they do is they ask you to upload your resume in this panel or drag it and drop it, and then upload the job description of the job you're applying for into this panel. And then you run a scan. And what it's going to do is run an analysis of your resume in comparison to that job description. And it will tell you what kind of a match you are. So we did that for her, and she was only a 60% match for the medical assisting positions she was applying for. And so it also gives you suggestions on how to improve your chances. This is what you're missing. This is the keyword that they're looking for that you don't have. And what we found was that she did have the skills, but she was using the wrong keywords. For instance, she had put the phrase, let's see, keep records using a computer, and they wanted electronic medical records. She was saying made patient appointments. They wanted scheduling. So as soon as she changed those keywords to match that job description, she started getting interviews and she got a job in no time. But it's been around for a long time. And if you run into anybody that is maybe AI averse in any way, and there are those people out there that for ethical reasons or they're afraid that they'll lose their own edge, if they start to rely on something like that, or the energy consumption involved with AI. I know that's been in the news a lot. So if you pitch ChatGPT to somebody that seems averse to it, then you can offer them this lower tech alternative that still does a great job. So, as I said, I've been using it for 10 years and it's really helped me out. And I'm still on the free version. I mean, occasionally you'll have to go in there if you're familiar with Glassdoor. They will ask you to give them some information in exchange for information that you're asking them to give you. And this is kind of that same thing occasionally. You might have to input something, but I've never paid for it. So it's just an alternative. I mean, I'm a huge fan of using any resource that you've got that makes life easier. And I love the way Matt's using ChatGPT, and I've done it myself. So this is just an alternative.
I think this one is definitely one to keep in your toolbox
Mm-hmm.
because I remember I remember back, I worked as a trainer for Western for years. And when I was ready to get back into full-time employment, I was like, oh, I want to get on full-time with Western. And it took me a while before I figured out, oh, the applications are looking for keywords
Mhm.
because I would take the job description and try to like elevate the language and make it sound better, and that
Mhm.
was getting me passed over. So I think this is a great tool for that kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
once you figure out, oh, here's what they're looking for. To me, what Matt presented and what you just presented, these are ways of getting serious candidates to an interview more efficiently.
Mhm. Yeah, and if
You
you've
know?
already got that resume built, and you know that you've got your framework already in place,
Mhm.
this is a
This
good,
is a good
free, quick way to to follow up. I mean,
Yes.
they don't they're not mutually exclusive. They can be used together in that way.
Yes, and I think that's an excellent point. And Tony, you also mentioned in Chat GPT, you can upload a resume that you've already written and say, "Hey, help me, make this better."
Yes, I mean it just changes the wording. Some people, they'll fill out a resume, they really don't have the right language. It
Mhm.
helps me with language, on certain positions, but it's great. Um, Personally, I've used it for my, family members' resumes and changing them up a little bit. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. But the cover letters for it to all match and it to save so much time. Because to me, resumes was always a headache. I was like, I don't know how to write a resume. I just thought I was never really good at it.
Mhm.
And Chat GPT helped me out. But apparently I'm not so shabby. But like, using Career Edge, with them using Career Edge and putting in that basic information, some of the Career Edge resumes, they're really not directed towards a professional environment.
Yeah.
So being able to put that in Chat GPT and make it more professional is a great tool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna share my screen again. Any other questions, comments, thoughts that you might have? Very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. You know, I think again, it is a tool. It is a way to be more efficient. It's not, we don't want to all become robots or anything like that. Um, I would like to be bionic. I mean, I think that would be pretty awesome. But um, we don't want to all lose our identity, but this is a way of getting to the point of being polished faster. And, just like Tony was saying, I mean, it is hard to write a resume. I mean, it's like, okay, let's block off a couple hours. And you saw what Matt did in a minute. I mean, goodness. I'm all about interacting with people. So if you can get this stuff, if you can knock this stuff out quicker, then you can have more face-to-face interaction with people, and have in in a sense get to the important stuff quicker, using tools like this. All right. Whoops, I went backward instead of forward. So excellent job there. All right. What would you like to share? What do you all have going on? What special events or opportunities or things do you all have going on? Because now is an excellent time to share with the rest of the class, and let us know what you got going on.
Well, we have Jake, Bianca, and I have been working on a venue for our job fair. So that is going to be June 17th here in Butler County. And then, of course, one of my favorite meetings is when the PKF team comes in the first Tuesday of every month here in Butler County. We love working together. It's a blessing the first Tuesday of every month. So that's what we have going on here in Butler County.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Looking forward,
Welcome.
to the job fair for sure. All right, somebody else. What you got going on?
Hey, this is Dan from WKU. We've got a bunch of middle summer camps for middle and high school students that we're working with the colleges at the university to host and sponsor. We've got a criminal justice camp in June, which is only $100 for 4 days. We've got a sports science camp that's a 2-day camp for grades 7 through 12, and just a bunch of camps. So, you know, if anyone's interested in that, just reach out to me. We can send flyers and all that good stuff. We've already reached out to a lot of the schools and things like that, but you know, they're filling up, but we do have some spots left. So
Very good. Camps are a lot cooler now.
there's a
You
lot
know,
of
when
really,
I was growing up, it was just like Camp Curry. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not dissing Camp Curry, but that was about it. So, you know, the specialty camps, I think they're awesome for youth.
we have a Python coding camp, 2 levels of that, and we have a green AI, so kind of a sustainable AI camp as well. So just a bunch of things, and we'll be adding more next year as well. So
Excellent.
This is Matt. Tomorrow we will be helping with the SCK launch hiring event. So that'll be a ton of high school students. And there'll be, I think, 18 employers there. That'll be out at Warren East. That's always a big day, and then always spills over into the summer as we're trying to track those results and connect everybody who attended with the position. At the end of May, we'll have a special CDL cohort going in Hart County. That's geared towards high schools, graduating high school seniors, but it is open to the public as well. So if we have anybody, Hart, Barron, Metcalf, Edmondson up that way, that's an opportunity that starts at the end of May. And at the beginning of June, there will be the 3rd iteration of the adult heavy equipment operations course at Sky CTC. That's usually, besides CDL, that's usually a pretty popular one to get into heavy equipment.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anybody else want to throw anything in? And just as a reminder, you can always, should you have, you know, flyers, things you want to share, if you send those to Frank, he will distribute them to everyone on our email list for the community partner team. All right. I don't know what happened there. Some sort of weird glitch in the matrix. I
Hey,
don't know.
Leslie, Brittany put
Yeah.
something in the chat.
Oh, let's see. I don't know. Where is the chat? Amy, do you care to just read it? I got some pink
Yeah,
dot. I don't know.
I don't mind reading it. Brittany Hippler says, I'm going to the 20th anniversary for Barron County Drug Court celebration today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very good. Very good. So yeah, take pictures. Take pictures, Brittany. So as far as next month, it'll be June. If there is a specific topic, oh, look at Heath. Look at Heath on the Heath has got some covert operations. I'm sorry, he was on his walkie-talkie. Are you
I'm
talking
recording
are you
you.
talking to the Bionic Man?
That's hilarious, Heath.
I'm sorry, Heath. So yes, we've got a lot of good stuff going on for next month. I am open to suggestions. If you know, I think it would be pushing it to try to do like the personal get together for June, maybe July. But if there is a specific topic, or if there is, if you would like to present on something that you have going on, I'm all about it. Absolutely. So you can shoot me an email. We want these to be productive, interesting, beneficial meetings. So please, I am always open to suggestions. So we've got about 5 minutes to go. But you know what? Hey, I think we did a good job. I think Matt, exceptional. Tons of information. Tons of information. I'm anxious to use some of the things that you shared. And Shannon, I think that, I think the tool that you shared as well, my goodness, because you do deal with people that are hesitant to, oh, the internet's going to steal my ID. They don't, or, whatever. I think both of those, a combination of both of those, exceptional tools. And thank you both. Thank you both. And thank you both for, for letting me have a little fun with the graphics on that. All right. Any other things before we close this one out? If not, I would like to thank everybody for joining us. I think this was a good one. Lots of good info, and we will see you in June. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hi.